Hi, this is Douglas Gowdy from Your Health Journey, and thanks for taking the time and joining us in this video series. We value your time and we commit to providing you with valued information. We will begin this 4-video series with session number 1, how the body functions at the cellular level. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please hit the red subscribe button to the right. Okay, now, let's get started. First, understand, everything that happens in the body happens at the cellular level. Therefore, it all starts with the cells. All living things begin as a single cell. The reproduction of this cell, the DNA, and cell division and replication results in the creation of a plant or an organism or an animal. In this process, a group of cells create a type of tissue. A group of tissues create a particular organ. A group of organs create an organ system. A group of organ systems create an organism, a plant, or an animal. The human body has 11 organ systems: cardiovascular, respiratory, digestive, skeletal, muscular, etc. It is our hope that the information provided here will empower you to take a more educated, confident, and active role in your own personal health care, as well as make lifestyle choices that will help you heal. We hope you can use this knowledge to your body's advantage. So, at this point, let's talk about our body at the cellular level. Okay, let's look at some of the essential functions provided by our cells. They eat and feed. Cells absorb and assimilate essential life-giving nutrients from the bloodstream. They eliminate and cleanse. Cells absorb and release waste materials into the bloodstream for disposal by the body. They build, repair, and reproduce. Cells are constantly, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, growing, repairing, reproducing, and dying. They work. They do the heavy lifting. Each cell type performs a very specific function within the body. And finally, they communicate and interrelate. A cell communicates or interrelates with other cells, enzymes, and hormones, etc. And next, here are some other interesting facts about cells. Cells vary in size from the tiniest speck that can only be seen with a powerful microscope to over 3 feet long, as found in the case of nerve cells. Cells come in amazingly different shapes, from egg-like to something quite extraordinary. Each cell has their own specialized duty to perform in the body. Cells may enjoy travel, such as white blood cells that wander freely throughout the body, while others stay put, such as muscle cells. Cells have various lifespans, from a single day to a lifetime, up to 7 years. As an example, red blood cells live approximately 4 months. Cells live a codependent and cooperative life with each other, constantly communicating and adjusting their function as necessary to maintain a state of balance, always striving for optimum health. Your body, through its cellular functions, knows how to repair and heal itself, provided you supply it with the required building materials, in other words, nutrients. Think of it this way. The person standing in front of the mirror 7 years from now is brand new. Some cells and tissues have been replaced many, many times. Others, just many. Others, just a few. And some others, only one time. It is therefore within your control. So make sure the person in front of that mirror 7 years from now is in better health than the one standing there now. Any effort toward good nutrition must be started with and be organized around the awareness of the cell and its central importance in human nutrition. The clearer the picture we have of cellular function, the better we can provide for its nourishment. And next, what are cells made of? Cells are primarily made of hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon molecules with smaller amounts of many others. Of course, we could break it down even further. We could go to the level of atoms, etc. But that would require delving into too much technical biology, which is outside the scope of this video series. These areas are also beyond our conscious control or influence. Thus, it is outside our control. However, there is a level of cellular biology that we do have complete and total control over, and that is we have control of what substances, healthy or detrimental, we provide for or expose to ourselves. We make this choice every day through food, drink, or toxic items that we allow to enter into our body in the first place. Although we may have no conscious control of what happens after a substance enters our body, we certainly do have control over whether or not we allow it to enter in the first place. Okay, next, the basic needs of a cell. The following are essential for the survival of the cell. Water, a constant supply of fresh, pure, filtered water. Oxygen, a fresh, constant supply. Protein, or amino acids, make up the largest proportion of each cell and are the building blocks of every cell, hormone, tissue, muscle, enzyme, bone, etc. in the body. And the last three require little explanation, as they are carbohydrates, essential oils, plus vitamins and minerals. Then next, so how do cells live? Living cells are about 75% water. Cells are constantly bathed in, that is, floating around in, a mild saltwater solution derived from the blood called interstitial fluid. All exchanges between the blood and the cells are made via this fluid. Fresh blood continuously comes along, from which every cell assimilates or eats the nutrients that it requires and eliminates the waste products it no longer needs. This process requires a healthy cell membrane, which is the outer wall or coating of each cell. This membrane regulates what is allowed into and out of each cell. Each cell produces energy called ATP, which is what ultimately gives us our energy. If the individual cells are not producing adequate amounts of energy due to the lack of essential nutrients or poor functioning, it will soon be noticed in our overall energy levels. As well, if each individual cell is not properly supported with plentiful amounts of essential nutrients for it to utilize as needed, then the cell will be malnourished, resulting in its malfunctioning and creating disease. Well, that concludes the first session. I hope you found the information of value, and I look forward to having you attend our next session, in which we will discover the secret to a healthy life. But before I close, a quick question. Are you running on empty? Think about it. You know how to feed your car. You know how to feed your pets. You probably give extra nutrients to your lawn, vegetable garden, fruit trees, and houseplants. But do you know how to feed yourselves? Food is fuel. You wouldn't starve your car of fuel and expect it to run efficiently, would you? Therefore, in the next session, session 2, we will cover that critical subject, the key nutrients your body requires for it to run efficiently. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, this is a good time to just hit the red subscribe button to the right, and then when the little bell shows up, click on it so you will get the new videos when they are published. If you wish to comment or ask any questions, please visit my web properties or just call me. Thanks and enjoy the videos. Till later, this is Douglas Gowdy of Your Health Journey, signing off.